Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Create This Book 2. This is episode... Is it
14?
13, 14, 15 is one of those. I am so excited to get into this episode. It's been a little while since I've done one and I'm looking forward to hopping back into it. But we are going to be tackling the last of the pairs of pages, the ones that are kind of together, which is sad. This is the last one. This is create beauty out of ugliness. Choose something you think is ugly, find a way to make it beautiful. And create ugliness out of beauty. Choose something you think is beautiful, find a way to make it ugly. So we are going to be doing both of these pages, so let's hop right into it.
Okay, so I started off with the choose something you think is beautiful and find a way to make it ugly. And by the way, my mic probably sounds different. I'm using the mic on my computer now instead of the one that was attached to the computer, because the one that was attached to the computer was very cheap and always had this staticky sound in the background. But if you like the other one better, just let me know. I'm not really sure which one I like better, but I switched, at least for now. So I'm assuming you can already tell, but my idea for what I think is beautiful is a coral reef. So I've never actually been to a coral reef, exposed. But I have seen pictures and videos of them and they looked really beautiful, and I've drawn them a lot before in art classes and stuff. The way I'm making this ugly is by adding a bunch of trash that was being thrown into the coral reef and inhabiting the live animals and plants that live there. So obviously this is a real thing, and not only are all the coral reefs being trashed, but there's also tons of coral reef that is dying due to various conditions, and it's super sad. And make sure you check it out, figure out little ways you can help. Little ways I help every day are by cutting the soda rings, like that one that's around the turtle in my drawing. It's just such a simple and easy thing to do before you throw them away. Just cut through them just so the turtles won't get trapped in them. And not using plastic straws as much. I know it's like a Visco Girl thing, but picking up trash when you see it out, and not throwing away plastic bags as well, because those don't belong in the trash cans. You can bring them to grocery stores actually, and they will take them. Alright, enough about that. Let's move back onto the art. Back to the art. So as you can see, I'm testing out these new markers that I bought on Amazon. They're pretty cheap water-based markers by the brand Dugato, I believe, so you guys should check them out. They're pretty cool. And as you can see, there's so many colors. It came in like a pack of like 72 or something like that. So I had lots of options for coloring in this fun coral. I love coloring in coral because when it's at its healthy state, it is so beautiful and colorful. So I had tons of fun filling this in. I did fill the background in with a colored pencil just because I didn't want to fill the entire background in with a marker. I just think colored pencils are better for that. But I just had such a fun time filling in all these little things and coloring them. And the light gray actually worked really well for the rock. I wasn't expecting it to, but it did. And overall, I just had so much fun with this page. I didn't want to add that much trash because I didn't want it to look too ugly. Like, I still wanted the page to be aesthetically pleasing, and I wanted it to look nice. I just didn't want to obviously not do the prompt, so this is my way of compromising, and I think it turned out really good. I mean, it's not the best page I've ever done, but I think that it's a good message, and I overall really like it, so here is the final thing. Now to make something beautiful. So that other page had taken me a very long time, and I was really stumped on ideas for this page, but I thought of the idea to do social media. I don't really know if I consider social media to be all bad. Obviously I don't. There's definitely so many good things about social media, but sometimes social media can be a little bit toxic. And so for this page, I decided to show the good side of social media. Show
The compliments, the inspiration, the love.
So I did the little hearts coming out from each of the platforms. The only one of these I don't have is Twitter. I don't have Twitter. I don't know if this concept is super strong, but I literally couldn't think of anything else that I thought was ugly. Like, I didn't even think social media was ugly. Like, this was a stretch. Like, but yeah, I don't have anything else to say about this page, so I'm just gonna let you guys enjoy some nice music while I finish it up. Alright, moving on, we have create a difference in altitude. Display something you find underwater on the left page, and display something you find in the air on the right page. So, on the left page, I decided to draw a mermaid. I'm going with the fantasy theme for this. You could go literal and do like a dolphin or something, but I decided to go fantasy, so I did a mermaid on the left, and I used a bunch of different pictures and compiled them together to create my own little mermaid character, and then this little fairy, which is lightly based off of Rosetta from the Tinkerbell movies. Well, mostly the hair is the resemblance. The rest of it is kind of different because I changed up the outfit and the skin tone and the hair color. I added some bubbles and a couple fish to the left one to make it obvious it's under the sea. And then I added some clouds and some fairy dust to the right one to make that one more obvious. I really like the way this one turned out. I really like the fairy wings. I think they look really cool and iridescent. And I added some yellow for the fairy dust, and then it was time to color in the mermaid. You may have noticed that I didn't use any micron fine liner in this one, and I just went straight in with the color pencils. I mainly did this because I didn't want it to pop out too much. I didn't want to look too cartoony, and it is cartoony, but I wanted it to look more fantasy-like and not too bold, so that's why I didn't do that, and I thought it would kind of blend in with the environment better if I didn't have those fine lines. And I like the way that turned out. I really loved creating these two characters. I think the left one would be named Pearl, and the right one would be named Flora, as a nice, subtle gesture to her inspiration, Rosetta. And then, as you can see, I also did the mermaid's hair in some really pretty purple and blue colors. I really like the way that turned out. I wanted to go full fantasy and give them really full colored hair, and I think that turned out really awesome. And overall, I really like how this page turned out, so here's the final thing. Create peace. Make this page as peaceful as possible. So this is actually the final page I'm doing for today.
I know I've only been doing 4 in the episodes recently, but
doing 5 is just like a lot of work, and 4 is like a really good amount for me, and it's make sure I can get them out more regularly, so don't hate on me. I'm increasing the quality of the video while decreasing the amount of pages in each. Anyways, I decided to do watercolor for this, and I wanted to do a landscape because that's what I think of as peaceful. I decided to do a nice trail going through this pasture, and then I did a bunch of flower like patches to the left and the right of it, and I added some rocks in the front, and then I did a nice mountain landscape in the background with a really pretty sky. This is like a really peaceful place for me. I was going to do an ocean because like that would be the most peaceful place for me, but that is kind of hard to watercolor, to be honest, because it's just like I've done it so many times. It's so overdone, and this was just kind of a more creative but also very peaceful place. I really like the way the sky and the clouds came out. I think they turned out really good, and the path, the shading looks really nice. So after I finished with the watercolor, I actually went in with colored pencils, which is a tip I learned from the one and only Mariah Elizabeth. She explains how it's easier to get details with watercolor if you actually use colored pencils and use watercolor more as a background, and that's what I did, and I really like the way it turned out, so I might do that more often now. Anyways, here it is in the book, and here is the final page. I really like this one. I think it borders on realism. I mean, I wasn't really going for realism, I was more going for like an artistic technique. But I do really like the way it looked, although the trees kind of bugged me because they look kind of weird. But yeah, that was this page.
Hey guys, so thank you so much for watching my video. I'm filming the outro right now, if that isn't clear. Thank you so much for watching all the pages, and I hope you liked them. I think these pages were like an improvement from my other ones I've been doing, and I'm really happy with them, so I hope you like them too. Feel free to comment down below any video ideas you have for me, because, you know, although I always have new inspiration coming in, sometimes I do get a little stumped. Also, our computer is back and it is fixed, so videos will be coming 2 times a week again. Anyways, that's all the announcements I have for you guys. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!